everyone to today's Tech Talk. I'm your host, Petrous, and today I'm joined by David Schoner Jr., an award-winning producer, film commissioner, and the Garden State Film Festival and Associate Director of New Jersey Motion Picture and Television Commission. Thank you for joining us today in our PCTI TV studio.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So, David, I learned that you're a filmmaker, producer, and heavily involved in many of the recent films being made right here in New Jersey, as well as a commissioner of the Garden State Film Festival and New Jersey Motion Picture and Television Commission. That's a lot. Did I miss anything?
It is a lot. It's a mouthful. But then again, I've been doing this for quite some time, so after 38 years, you get involved in a lot.
Yeah. Before we get into all of the recent developments taking place right here in New Jersey, I'd like to know more about your background first. Tell me a little bit more about how you got into filmmaking and the film you made, and what personally made you want to support film in New Jersey.
So I was very involved as a young boy. I really wanted to be a vet. And then as I started getting older, in my early teens, I started seeing the disaster films like the Titanic, the Poseidon Adventure, movies like that. And I was really drawn to that kind of that level of filmmaking. And so I started making my own Super 8 movies. And one of the things that draws me to this business, what I love about it, is I get to work on multiple things over a period of time. So I don't work on the same thing for a long time.
Yeah. How does some of your experiences in filmmaking lead you to becoming one of the members of the organizations you're part of now, such as the Garden State and New Jersey Motion Picture and Television Commission?
So the way is that I'm involved in a lot of stuff in the state, and what you want to do is you want to be able to give back. You want to be able to educate and help young people get involved. And so the Garden State Film Festival is very involved in indie filmmaking. And so it's a really big deal. And so you get young people that come into the filmmaking world, independent filmmakers, and it's a great way to nurture them and have them advance.
Yeah. When it comes to filmmaking in New Jersey, explain why so many films are now being made in our state and how this can help students like me try to hope to pursue a career in this profession.
So filmmaking is a business, and that is the key that everyone needs to remember. It is a business. And so Governor Murphy passed a film and TV tax incentive recently. And so what that does is it gives us the ability to incentivize filmmaking to come here. So they get a little bit of money back if they film in the state, and that's really key. And by having that, so much filming, now it offers jobs and opportunities for young people that are going to be here, or people that have been working in the business for a long time. It lets them stay at home and go eat with the families when they're done with the film.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about getting involved in the Garden State Film Festival as students.
So as students getting involved in the Garden State Film Festival, the wonderful thing is that you can actually intern at the festival. It takes place at the end of March 2023, and it's a great way to start meeting upcoming filmmakers, to meet established filmmakers, and also get yourself involved in that world. Because if you want to be a filmmaker or involved in that world in any different aspect, you want to start immersing yourself in it. And a film festival, especially when it's a homegrown one, is a great way to start.
Of course, and finding ways to get involved in your own state is so important. Something that I'm sure a lot of us are wondering, out of everyone that you've worked with, who is the most memorable?
So the most memorable is an easy one. It's going to be Steven Spielberg. And I met Steven Spielberg when they were filming West Side Story in Paterson. And the mayor of Paterson was going to give Steven Spielberg a key to the city. And when we met, Spielberg complimented my mustache and loved it. So it was a lot of fun. So that's one of my memorable moments.
That's what it's there for, right?
Yes.
For Steven Spielberg.
Yes.
So out of all New Jersey, what is the most memorable place to shoot?
So there's a lot of memorable places that people film in all the time. One of them is being the Hoboken and Newark train stations. They're very ornate and beautiful. A lot of filming takes place in Montclair because they have such big houses. And our Jersey Shore and mountains are very popular. You know, the great thing about New Jersey is we can play any place. Whether you're looking for an aged community or whether you're looking for the shore or the mountains, it's all here.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit more about the upcoming Lionsgate Film Studio that's coming to our very own Newark, New Jersey.
So the wonderful thing about Lionsgate is they've announced that they're going to be building 6 sound stages on Frelinghuysen Avenue in Newark, New Jersey. And so that'll be 2 years off maybe, but they started clearing the land. And once that happens, you're doing this brick and mortar. You've got that solid brick and mortar that is going to make sure that the film industry lives here for quite some time.
Yeah. And then lastly, what advice do you have for students like me who want to be in the film industry?
So the advice I would give you is that when you have your downtime, whether it's summer breaks, you should be interning with something to do with film, or working on a film, or making your own films. What you really need to do, and I get life gets in the way, so sometimes you don't have the opportunities, you really should be submersing yourself in that film world, because it's just going to help you when you graduate and want to go into it.
Yeah. I will definitely be sure to take some of that advice. Hopefully, we will have some Garden State entries soon. Mr. Schoner, thank you so much for joining us today for our Tech Talk, and hopefully we can invite you back soon.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.